So Grounded 2 is going to have a brand new biome coming in their winter update, guys. They revealed some concept art that we're looking at right now. Pretty much kind of teasing a lot of the things coming up outside of the ladybug buggy that's coming, and I'm sure we're gonna have to get the ladybug egg from the garden biome, which I'm super excited for. That bug is gonna be dope. But there's one thing I want to focus on that they did mention during Gamescom, and that's the greenhouse. Now, the greenhouse, they did mention that for the greenhouse, it was going to be a bit more of a humid climate in there. And if you guys don't know anything about plants, right, or greenhouses, right, there are some viable plants that can grow in here that will make sense, you know what I mean? And one of the first things that came into my mind, because my dad used to work at a plant nursery, and, I'm always around plants, and literally the first thing that I thought was carnivorous plants. And I'm talking about Venus flytraps, sundews, and tropical pitcher plants, guys. And that's literally the first thing that came into my mind. Again, a greenhouse, right? It's humid. Humid conditions can grow lots of various plants, especially these carnivorous plants. So imagine if we got some Venus flytraps. And I've heard some people have some really great ideas for this one too. How about having like a parkour area of having to jump on the Venus flytrap and try to jump out of your way before it closes on you and eats you up, man. I love that concept of like a parkour area somewhere around inside the greenhouse for us to parkour through and be careful not to eat it, not to get eaten by the Venus flytraps. And maybe this could be a possibility, maybe like the younger plants, not the fully grown one, but maybe the smaller carnivorous Venus flytraps can be cut down and used for some kind of resource, a shield, a weapon, maybe some defenses for your base. I'm really looking at trying to figure out some good concepts for weapons, armor, and base stuff, or base defenses for the Venus flytrap. So you guys have any ideas? That would be great. I would love to see something like that. Now, the other thing, too, that we can have is those pitcher plants, right? We have those tropical pitcher plants. This is pretty much Victory Bell from Pokemon, right? So this is another one that would be super dope. If you're not careful, as you're trying to parkour through, you can fall in the vat of acid that's inside these tropical pitcher plants and die. So I really like this. This would be a great addition to the greenhouse as well. And the other thing too is this one right here, guys. This one is practically the Sundews. Now this one it has like the little let's say like a dewdrop or something around it to attract bugs, and as soon as a bug gets too close, it'll like wrap itself around it, right? And it's super sticky and everything too. So I wonder if for these dewdrops, right, or I would like to see like, what if we need like a level 5 or level 4 cutting tool so we can get it because they're super sticky, and this could be like a good like base defense item for like sticky traps to slow down, incoming raids for something. I don't know. Like I'm still kind of like throwing ideas down, but these were literally the first couple plants that I was thinking about that could potentially make a great addition to the greenhouse. And who wouldn't want to see carnivorous plants inside the greenhouse, man? I think I really think this is a really great idea. I love the concept. A lot of people were talking about carnivorous plants, so like this would be so dope to see. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Again, if you guys have any concepts or any ideas on how to make any one of the three plants into like weapons, armor, or furniture, or something for the base defending, let me know. We could definitely create some concept art and throw into the Discord to see if we can get any traction to have something like this added to the garden biome, in the greenhouse. And of course, this is something that makes, absolute sense. You know what I mean? Again, it's humid in there. These plants thrive in humidity, so this would be great to have something like this. Maybe even make the Venus flytraps maybe a little alive in a sense where it's like they actually go out and try to attack you. Same with the sundew drops. That would be super dope. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about this concept, everybody. And next thing, of course, we have the pumpkin patch. This is something that they will be having. They showcase a good bit of stuff for the pumpkin patch, which I think is really dope. I would have thought this would have been more of like a Halloween thing. It would have definitely fit the vibe. So I'm wondering if we're going to see more jack-o'-lantern type stuff during Halloween. But I still love this pumpkin patch area. I'm still wondering, like, if like the pumpkin stuff is gonna be kind of like the mushroom, where we can get some kind of brick or some kind of material off of the mushroom. I mean, not the mushroom, but the pumpkins, which I think would be great. Have some of the pumpkin parts be broken down, maybe even the pumpkin seeds to be grown into something, possibly. That would be super dope. But just looking at this, man, this is super cool because you can already tell if we look at this top side over here, we got a lot of area like parkour. Like this is gonna be parkour central for sure. Just looking at all this coming up here, and one thing too that I instantly was thinking when I was thinking garden biome. Of course, we have the crow in Grounded One. We have the koi fish and the crow. They did say they are thinking about bringing some type of colossi creatures, right? And by colossi, I'm thinking, what I would love to see is what if they add like some kind of groundhog or like a mole rat or something like that digs through it or whatever and like pops his head out every once in a while throughout the garden. Those are very common in gardens, especially like I would assume in a park. So I think that would be kind of dope, you know what I mean? To have something like that come out. Maybe it drops some kind of fur since we do have like ice, those frozen biomes and everything like that. I think that would maybe be kind of cool to have it kind of pop out every once in a while, munching on maybe a pumpkin or some of the other plants or seeds or something like that around. I think that would be a really cool type of colossi creature here. Again, people were saying that the colossis are like the koi fish and the crow, so I don't know if I wonder if that's true. If it's true, that would be great, but I would still think that would be another great like giant animal to have pop off periodically in here, which I think would make sense. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Or what would you think would be cool? Like I was thinking too, like in general, like have maybe like a squirrel pop up every once in a while. Maybe drop some seeds, drop some acorns, maybe drop some fur. But like at least in the garden area, this is what I'm thinking would be dope. I'm just wondering like what else would make sense in here in regards to like bugs. I'm thinking like this is where we're gonna get that ladybug egg. I think this is like the perfect spot inside. Maybe one of the pumpkins is gonna be like where the eggs are gonna be for the ladybug. So I don't know. Just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on that. That's something that I'm very excited for, and I cannot wait to see this come to life. Third image that they showed during Gamescom, and this looks like more like a bit of a more deserty looking vibe to this, because I'm looking at this and it looks like we got like cactuses, aloe vera. Someone said aloe vera and it was getting some traction on the Discord as like stuff they'd like to see. I mean, aloe vera would be cool, and then aloe vera would be a good thing for like the sizzle because it helps with birds and stuff. Like it makes sense. So that'd be cool, because I'm not gonna lie, some of these plants like right here, they literally look like aloe vera. So that would be cool to have. I'm really hoping that maybe like a lot of the garden area is going to be heavy on parkouring. Not just on your buggy, but just like yourself as well. So I wonder what else we can add here. What other like plants, other things outside that they can be adding to make it just way more lively, really full, and just great. I'm super excited, guys. I genuinely cannot wait to see the garden biome. It's it's a big biome that we're getting. Again, I believe these are the 3 different sections that they are. I could be wrong. But what other plants, what other bugs do you guys think we could get? I mean, I was looking at a list, right, of like different common garden pests. But I feel like they've gotten a good bit of it. We got the aphids. They said they're bringing the grasshoppers in. We got snails in. They've gotten the roly-polies and all that stuff. So there's like potato bugs. Earwig is coming, so that's great. So I wonder like if there's like any more in this list here that we could potentially get more bugs to get added. I mean, I wouldn't mind adding a couple more worms like this, you know what I mean? If we get a couple, like the cabbage looper, more beetles would be super dope. So like I'm telling you guys, like there's so much that can be added. So let me know your thoughts, and what do you think would be some of the best bugs to get added to this garden biome? What would you like to see as bugs in the garden biome outside of the earwig and the cricket that is getting added in the winter update? That's all in the roadmap. And then like other plants, what other plants do you think would fit really well in the greenhouse? Again, we got a humid environment, so we gotta look at like different kind of plants that would thrive in a humid environment. And of course, those carnivorous plants came to mind instantly. So again, let me know your thoughts, guys. Very hyped, very excited for this. I can't wait to see what else is to come for Grounded 2, and We're gonna be putting all these suggestions in the Discord because I would love to see some of these come to life and know that our ideas as a community are getting placed in Grounded 2, which would be amazing, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one.